I'm Rajesh, Assistant Professor, Department of EEE, National Institute of Technology and Science for Women. In this lecture, I am going to explain about the introduction to the two-port networks along with the Z parameters. So first of all, what are the different applications of two-port networks? So different applications are coaxial cable between the cities and transformers and transistors, operational amplifier circuits analysis, and power transmission and distribution systems, and modeling of electronic devices. In all these applications, we will use these two-port networks. And last but not least, which is a very important application for two-port networks, is automatic control systems, which is a new technique in nowadays. So in case of automatic control systems, we will use these two-port networks analysis into consideration. And before going for two-port networks, first let us see the one-port network. So what do you mean by this one-port network means? See here in the circuit diagram, one-port network means the network which contains only one port. Port means a pair of terminals. If you see the circuit diagram, that network contains only one port, which is a pair of terminals. So and the parameters are V, I, which are the voltage and current at that port. And two-port network means network which is having two ports is said to be two-port network. In the circuits, in the second figure, we are having two ports over there. Each port contains a pair of terminals, so that the parameter, the variables at port 1 and port 2 are V1, I1, which are the voltage and currents at port 1, V2 and I2, which are the voltage and current at port 2. So two-port network means network contains two ports, and one-port network means network contains only a single port. So if you see the standard circuit diagram for two-port network, see the figure. In the figure, we are having a network which is having two ports. At the input port, we are taking that as port 1. At the output port, we are taking that as port 2. Hence the voltage and currents at port 1 are V1, I1, and voltage and currents at port 2 are V2 and I2. Out of all these variables, which are V1, I1, V2, I2, we will take two as dependent variables and the other two will be the independent variables. And the parameters which will be used, which are nothing but the two-port network parameters, which will be used to represent two variables out of these four variables in terms of the other two variables. So there are different types of parameters in that. So the first one is Z parameters. So Z parameters means which are also called impedance parameters, which are used to express V1, V2 in terms of means port 1, port 2 voltage in terms of port 1 and port 2 currents I1, I2. See here, V1 equals to Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2, and V2 equals to Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2. So here Z11, Z12, Z21, Z22 are the Z parameters which are used to express that V1, V2 in terms of I1, I2. Similarly, the admittance parameters, which are also called Y parameters, are used to express I1, I2, port 1 and port 2 currents in terms of port 1 and port 2 voltages V1, V2. If you see the two equations, I1 equals to Y11 V1 plus Y12 V2, and I2 equals to Y21 V1 plus Y22 V2. If you see the next parameter, which is transmission parameters, also called ABCD parameters. Of course, the other name is also there, which are also called chain parameters. So which are used to express port 1 parameters, means V1, I1, port 1 voltage and port 1 current in terms of the other two parameters, which are the other two variables, which are V2 and I2, port 2 voltage and port 2 current. So V1 equals to AV2 minus BI2, and I1 equals to CV2 minus DI2. And the next one is inverse transmission parameters, which are nothing but reciprocal to transmission parameters. This is exactly opposite to transmission parameters, means here the port 2 parameters will be expressed in terms of port 1 parameters, means port 2 parameters are V2, I2, port 2 variables, means V2 equals to AV1 minus BI1 and I2 equals to CV1 minus DI1. Here small a, small b, small c, small d are the inverse transmission parameters. And next one, hybrid parameters, which are also called H parameters. H parameters are used to express V1, I2 in terms of I1, V2. See here, first equation, V1 equals to H11 I1 plus H12 V2, and I2 equals to H21 I1 plus H22 V2. And next one is inverse hybrid parameters, which are also called Z parameters. Here I1, V2 will be expressed in terms of V1, I2, which is exactly inverse to H parameters. So I1 equals to G11 V1 plus Z12 V2, I2, and V2 equals to Z21 V1 plus Z22 I2. So these are all 6 set of parameters. in which Z and Y are reciprocal to each other, and transmission and inverse transmission are reciprocal to each other, as well as H and Z are the reciprocal to each other. First one, Z parameters. If you take up the two equations for Z parameters, where V1, V2 are called dependent variables which are depending on I1 and I2. So here V1, V2 are called dependent variables, I1 and I2 are called independent variables. So V1, V2 will be expressed in terms of I1, I2 by using Z parameters. V1 equals to Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2, and V2 equals to Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2. If you see the individual parameters, Z11 can be calculated by taking the ratio of V1 by I1 when I2 is 0. See the first equation, by making I2 0, we can get that Z11 as, which is the ratio of V1 by I1. So this is called impedance seen looking at port 1. That means total driving point impedance at port 1 is called as Z11. Next one, Z12 can be obtained by taking the ratio of V1 by I2 when I1 is 0. See the first equation, by putting that I1 as 0, we can get the ratio of V1 by I2 which is equivalent to Z12. So this is called transfer impedance. In depth, accurately this can be called as reverse transfer impedance. If you take port 1 parameter by port 2 parameter, we can call that as reverse. So that here V1 by I2, so it is called reverse. If you take up one port parameter by other port parameter, then you need to mention transfer. So reverse transfer, as it is the ratio of voltage by current, we can call them as impedance. So reverse transfer impedance, Z12. And next, Z21 can be calculated from the second equation. If you put I2 as 0, then Z21 is the ratio of V2 by I1. So V2 by I1 when I2 is 0. Here Z21 is also called transfer impedance. In depth, it can be called as a forward. As you are taking port 2 parameter by port 1 parameter, you can call it as a forward. As it is of one port parameter by other port parameter, you can call it as transfer. As it is the ratio of voltage by current, you can call it as impedance. So together it can be called as forward transfer impedance, or simply you can call it as transfer impedance. So Z1 can be obtained by taking the ratio of V2 by I1 when I2 is 0. And finally, Z22 is the ratio of V2 by I2 when I1 is 0. See the second equation. From the second equation, by putting that I1 as 0, we can get the ratio of V2 by I2 which is equivalent to Z2. So this is the impedance seen looking at port 2, simply called as total driving point impedance at port 2. In this way, we can find all the parameters Z11, Z12, Z21, Z22. In terms of Z parameters, the condition for reciprocity is Z12 equals to Z21. So in case of Z parameters, if Z12 equals to Z21, then that network is said to be, for a particular network, if you find the Z parameters, after finding the Z parameters, if Z12 is equals to Z21, then that network is said to be a reciprocal network. Otherwise, it is said to be a non-reciprocal network. So reciprocal network means the network which is satisfying the reciprocity theorem is said to be reciprocal network. What is the reciprocity theorem? See in the circuit, in the figure 1, in the branch 1 we are putting some voltage source, in branch 2 we are finding some current, and after exchanging these two positions of excitation and response, in branch 2 we are putting source, and in branch 1 we are finding the current. In both cases, if the response is same, then that network is said to be reciprocal network. In the same way, if you apply the condition of V1 by I2 when I1 is 0 is equivalent to V2 by I1 when I2 is 0. If you apply this condition to the Z parametric equations, we will be getting Z12 equals to Z21. I repeat, if you apply the condition V1 by I2 when I1 is 0 is equivalent to V2 by I1 when I2 is 0. If we equate these two conditions from the Z parametric equations, we will get that condition which is Z12 equals to Z21, which is the reciprocity condition in terms of Z parameters. Similarly, the condition for Z parameter symmetry in terms of Z parameters is Z11 equals to Z22. For this, in order to derive this symmetry condition, the procedure needs to be followed is V1 by I1 when I2 is 0 should be equivalent to V2 by I2 when I1 is 0. Means port 1 voltage by port 1 current when I2 is 0 should be equivalent to port 2 voltage by port 2 current when port 1 current is 0. By taking these two conditions in the Z parametric equations, we will be getting that Z11 equals to Z22. If this condition is satisfied, then that network is said to be a symmetrical network. Symmetrical network means if you see the network from both ends, it should be appearing in the same manner. If you take a small example for the circuit, just determine the Z parameters. Circuit contains 8 ohms, 20 ohms, 10 ohms and 20 ohms. Port 1 voltage, port 1 currents are V1, I1. Port 2 voltage and port 2 currents are V2, I2. In order to find Z11, Z11 is the ratio of V1 by I1 when I2 is 0. If you open circuit the port 2 and if you write V1 equals to I1 into that R equivalent means that 10 and 20 will be in series. The total will be in parallel with 20. See here, Z11 is Z11 equals to 8 plus 20 in parallel with 30. 20 in parallel with 30 means that 10 and 20 will be in series. 10 and 20 will be in series. Total will be in parallel with 20. The total will be in series with 8. So this total becomes Z equivalent, simply R equivalent. Then you can write V1 equals to I1 into R equivalent. From that V1 by I1 will be equals to this R equivalent, which is nothing but your Z11. So Z11 is the ratio of V1 by I1 when I2 is 0. So in this way, Z11 can be obtained as 20 ohms. And how to find Z22? So Z22 is the ratio of V2 by I2 when I1 is 0. See, in the circuit, just open circuiting port 1 means taking that I1 as 0. So then your V2 equals to I2 into R equivalent. R equivalent means 20 in parallel with 30. See here, as I1 is 0, there is no current flowing through 8 ohms, that can be deleted. Then 10 in series with 20, this 30 in parallel with 20 becomes your R equivalent. Then V2 equals to I2 into R equivalent. So then V2 by I2 equals to this R equivalent is nothing but 20 in parallel with 30. So which will be your Z22. In this way we can find Z11 and Z22, which are 20 ohms and 12 ohms. Then in order to find Z12, which will be the ratio of V1 by I2 when I1 is 0. So by taking that I1 as 0, so now we need to take the ratio of V1 by I2. So where V1 is the voltage across that 20 ohms and I2 is the current. So how to get the ratio of V1 by I2? Just we will apply a current division rule. So I2 is the total current entering into junction which is connecting 8 ohms and 10 ohms and 20 ohms. So by applying current division rule at that junction, we can write the current flowing through the 10 ohms and 20 ohms branch. As I1 is 0, that 8 ohms can be deleted. Then the current flowing through that 20 ohms is nothing but I2 into 20 by 20 plus 30. See here, I2 into 20 by 20 plus 30 into that 20 ohms gives the voltage across 20 ohms, which is nothing but our V1. So from this we can write V1 by I2. V1 by I2 as 8 ohms, so which is Z12, so which will also be equals to Z21 if you apply from the other side. In this way we can find the Z parameters. So V1, V2 equals to Z parameters Z11, Z12, Z21, Z22, I1, I2, where Z11, Z12, Z21, Z22 are 20 ohms, 8 ohms, 8 ohms and 12 ohms. If you take up this one more circuit which is having dependent sources, 1 ohm, 1 ohm, 4 ohm, 2 ohms, port 1 parameters are V1, I1, port 2 parameters are V2, I2. Here we are having a voltage controlled voltage source of value 2 Vx, where Vx is the voltage across that 1 ohm. See here, how to find Z11? Z11 is the ratio of V1 by I1 when I2 is 0. So making that I2 as 0, just I am applying KCL at that junction which is connecting 1 ohm, 1 ohm and 4 ohm. See here, by applying KCL over there, I1 equals to Vx by 1, current flowing through that 1 ohm is Vx by 1, plus current flowing through 4 ohms is Vx plus 2 Vx by 6. So together it gives I1 equals to 3 Vx by 2. But from the circuit we can write that Vx as V1 minus I1, means V1 minus I1 into 1, which becomes V1 minus 1, I1. So by putting this in that equation, then I1 equals to 3 into Vx by 2 becomes 3 into V1 minus I1 by 2. So it becomes V1 by I1 equals to Z11, nothing but equals to 5 by 3 ohms. In this way we can find Z11. Similarly, if you apply the same analysis as like applied in the previous example, we can get the other parameters. We can check that parameters. Z21 equals to minus 0.667 ohms and Z12 equals to 0.222 ohms and Z22 equals to 1.111 ohms. You can check the answers. here students can be asked a question that what are the reciprocity and symmetry conditions in terms of Z parameters and derive them. Thank you.